Hi, Aries rising sign. Welcome back to my channel. Here is your weekly forecast starting on 8th of June until 14th of June. So this week is all about Uranus, really. It makes a conjunction to asteroid Urania, and then it will be in square to the nodes, which are sitting across your 6th and 12th house axis. And we've got a lot of Cancerian activations. So the activations are happening in your first, third, and fourth house. Well, first up is asteroid Urania entering your third house, making a conjunction to Uranus. And that's a mindset upgrade. This could be a genius idea hitting your mind. The third house rules our immediate thoughts, everyday chatter, neighborhood logistics, short distance travels. But this alignment acts like a sudden electrical surge that fries an old anxious way of thinking. An obsessive mental loop, a rigid perspective on an everyday problem, or an exhausting habit of trying to micromanage local drama. All these should start completely getting shattered. You experience a sudden breakthrough in how you process information, sparking that brilliant alternative solution to a recurring issue and bringing kind of like a mental freedom. It's about saying what's on your mind. And sometimes that's a little bit dangerous, let's be frank about that, because of course we can hurt the feelings of others. But the most benevolent aspect of the week is Jupiter and Venus conjunction, which is taking place in your fourth house. And that's a lot of emotional warmth, peace, abundance comes into your private life. So if you have been feeling ungrounded, stressed, emotionally exposed, this transit wraps them up in kind of like the blanket of absolute security, comfort. Maybe a long-standing family tension dissolves effortlessly, or a deep sense of psychological closure, bringing you that sigh of relief. Because it hits actually the fiery Aries dwad within Cancer. This requires action though. So we have to reach out to those family members. Maybe this is about closing of a deal, about sales connected to um, property matters as well. This is an ideal day for you to boldly claim your private sovereignty, redesign your home environment for total comfort, or investing into your personal sanctuary. So we can do a lot of redecoration. Now, Venus rules your seventh house also, so this could actually talk to us about moving together with someone too. We do have got a Saturn Pallas-Athene conjunction at 12 degree. Now that's super mega important because they are going to be having free conjunction. So that's a crucial three-part tactical strategy to restructure um, how you project yourself to the world and handle personal responsibilities over the next 7 months. You are weaponizing logic to take absolute command of your life. This is about sitting in the driving seat of your car. But Mercury is squaring it from the fourth house, so sometimes we might be thinking about family expectations, domestic distractions, old emotional guilt. All those can kind of blur your focus. So the universe demands that you ignore the background noise and build unshakable, disciplined boundaries around your personal goals, your physical time, your physical body as well. This Saturn Pallas Athene conjunction could be very good to get rid of unhealthy habits as well. Mercury is squaring it, which is the ruler of your sixth house. So this could really talk to us about going down on a fitness journey. Even Hopi enters your fourth house this week as well, and that's a protective instinct towards your living space, your family circle, your emotional privacy. So this might be a sacred duty to defend your home base, secure your private time from outside intrusions, draw a hard, non-negotiable perimeter around your sanctuary. You shut out the noise of the public world. This could also talk to you about you learning to stand up for who you are, with all the other elements in that fourth house. Now, Venus is making a square to Chiron this week as well on 29 degree. And the morning kind of brings a healing crisis regarding all domestic wounds or feeling emotionally unsafe. This might be a heart to heart kind of conversation, for example, with a family member about the past, or you go down on a memory lane and then you start kind of like putting the picture together. But then Venus moves into the fifth house. And that's about confidence. That's about self expression. That's about you stepping into that proud, magnetic phase where you celebrate your talents, indulge in leisure, and boldly let that inner light shine without caring what anyone else thinks. Moon goes out of bound in your third house, and that's very special out of bound this time around because it goes out of bound on Uranus, Ceres, asteroid Lilith, as well as Urania. So when Moon goes out of bound, the emotional baselines, thoughts, and local routines go completely erratic and unconventional. Daily schedules might spin wildly off the tracks, so you have to remain flexible. You have to step away from constant text messaging or digital overstimulation. You need to be trusting that those brilliant insights that you might be gaining, because they can be very spontaneously coming to you, but very inspiring. They could be the bestest ideas ever. However, this could also cause mental restlessness as well. So watch out for potential accidents, road rage, and so on. But the most important aspect of the week is the Uranus and the nodal square. That's an evolutionary crossroad between getting stuck in exhausting, endless loop of daily chores, micromanaging tasks, surrendering completely to the work. And it clashes with surrendering to that profound behind the scenes rest, deep psychological healing, and spiritual rejuvenation. This entire shift is triggered by that electrical flash of perception or a sudden change in your immediate environment. So the South Node in the sixth house represents that comfortable but deeply draining trap, the habit of operational perfectionism. It is the routine of thinking we must fix every little small physical flaw, overmanage every single detail of our daily routine, or maybe you have neglected your physical body, you have neglected going to the gym. It's like treating your life like an endless, exhausting checklist. This habit keeps your bodies running on adrenaline and your mind totally disconnected from that spiritual core. So that's why Uranus comes into the picture, who says we have to change our mindset. And that piece of news, for example, you might be getting, or a sudden technological boundary breakdown, or a lightning bolt realization about how much mental space you have been wasting on kind of like this trivial chatter. This interruption acts as a deliberate cosmic fuse to blow up those exhausting daily routines. When your everyday mindset is shaken up, you can no longer afford to bury yourself in manual chores or daily busy work. You're forced to choose the 12th house north node. So the universe is demanding that you step away from a physical hustle for a second and retreat into that peaceful sanctuary, that isolation. You are being pushed to meditate, rest your physical body, let go of the illusion of control, and heal all subconscious wounds. Uranus is showing you that true strength doesn't come from running around like chicken without heads, micromanaging the daily grind. It comes from having the courage to quiet that mind and surrender to the unseen peace within. So this is you about claiming that ultimate piece of your sanctuary. This is about shedding those exhausting daily checklists. Give yourself permission to disconnect, to turn off notifications, and rest your nervous system a little bit, in absolute quiet. It's about taking logical command of your life path. You can really lean into that Saturn and Pallas in your first house to build a clear, structured plan for your personal goals. Don't get trapped in that loop of endless daily busyness. Like, obsessively cleaning, organizing, stress working just to avoid facing your internal feelings. Don't waste your mental energy on local drama. Don't let those minor arguments, neighborhood gossips, or text message marathons clutter your mind. Step back and think of yourself. So I hope this video helps, and I would appreciate if you hit the like and the subscribe button, make a comment, as well as share the video with others. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next week. Take care. Bye bye.